Hey, what's up out there? So this is the first episode of Toon Tuesday. So what Toon Tuesday is either my brother or myself is going to make a video where we draw a cartoon every Tuesday. So this is the first episode. Right now on our channel Bro Toons, my twin brother and myself were trying to upload all kinds of videos, just sort of to create the flavor of our channel so that people can know what to expect. And we decided that we want to do something every week because, you know, consistency makes up a lot for a YouTube channel. So this is the first episode of Toon Tuesday. As you can see, I am drawing a cartoon turtle. And right now what I'm doing is I'm making a rough draft. And so why I'm making a rough draft is essentially because I don't want my drawing to suck. And I want to take my drawing pretty serious. I want it to look nice. And I'm drawing it in red. I think for the most part, when people are doing that underlay stuff, they draw it in red or blue so that they don't confuse themselves with the outline later on. I think most people choose red or blue. If not, I'm just talking out of my butt right now, but that's what I do. Anyways, as you can see, this isn't just any old turtle, but this is a happening turtle. He's got some headphones, got himself a hat, got himself some accessories and everything, and got himself a satellite dish. So he probably gets pay-per-view and all that stuff. So I decided to make this stylized turtle, and I wasn't really inspired by anything. That was just kind of my imagination. But if anything, it makes me think of the Ninja Turtles, minus the whole ninja thing. But yeah, I got this turtle going on here. And as you can see, I'm just kind of blocking out the lines right now. And you know, I'm trying to make sure that I choose wisely with the line thickness. This is a stylized cartoon, so they tend to have thicker lines, but you know, I'm trying to choose wisely where to make it thicker and where not to and everything like that. It's really something to think about when you're creating these stylized cartoons. As you can see there, I decided that seeing as this is a layer-based program, and you know, God bless layer-based programs, man. It's a blessing to the planet, because I'm just gonna add on the legs later on and throw it on top, so it's not gonna cause a seam through the legs. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make that bottom half go all the way through, so it has a consistent line. And then here, this is a trick I do when I'm making something round. So basically, you can see here, this is a shell, or what's going to be a shell, and obviously it's round, so might as well make something perfectly round using the circle tool. So I'm just shaping it out to try to match the original outline there. And as you can see, I'm erasing the half, so it's just the half. And this should actually connect with the paintbrush tool or the drawing tool, whatever. So later on, they'll connect. Sometimes I experience problems with that. I don't know why, but yeah, it kind of sucks when that happens. But as you can see right here, I am drawing the outline of the bottom half of the shell, which I will later connect. And when I use the fill tool, it should just fill that shape right in. Something that I love about Flash and drawing in vectors is the whole line manipulation thing. I love being able to manipulate the lines, because as you can see there, I can just, you know, move it and manipulate it however I want to. And if I mess up the line, I don't have to keep drawing it, but rather I can manipulate the line so that it fits nicer and it is closer to what I actually want. So that's something that Photoshop can't give me that Flash can. And I also love vectors. I love the ability to zoom in as close as I want to, move the lines. It's not pixelated when I zoom in and everything, which I absolutely love. And I also like the jitter stability and just how it works. There's a feel to it when you draw on Flash, and I love it. And actually, interesting fact, for the most part, I actually don't use a tablet, but rather I actually use the touchpad, which I mentioned in my Pokemon video where I was drawing my own Pokemon. But yeah, on Flash, I draw for the most part on the touchpad of my laptop. And it's a good thing that the sensibility and everything is just to my liking on my laptop. Unfortunately, the left click stopped working for some reason, which is kind of annoying. I plugged in a mouse to play a computer game with my friends online, and it just never worked after that, and I don't know what to do. I've tried doing stuff, I tried asking people, nothing. So I just resorted to making my right click the left click, and I have to use a mouse essentially now to do any other stuff. So I can't be without my mouse anymore on my laptop, but you know what? That's not that big of a deal. At least everything's still working fine. That's the most important part. So right now I'm just adding some details into the guy's shell here, making some interesting lines. I didn't use any reference. I was just kind of, it's a pretty intelligent thing to use reference, but I didn't use reference. I just kind of used my imagination here. But everything's turning out okay. After all, it's just a stylized drawing and everything, and I've gotten pretty used to seeing turtles. I did grow up watching Ninja Turtles a whole lot. So I have a pretty good idea of what a turtle should look like. But again, you should always use reference. Trying to add in some detail over here, putting some shadow, because turtles have like this overlapping bite, or at least the kind I'm making. In actual fact, what I'm making isn't even a turtle, it's a tortoise. I just thought of that. Because he has legs and everything. Turtles have fins, so easy mistake. So as you can see there, I can always just kind of click in and click out of my reference, or not my reference, but my rough draft to see what I got going on there with my ideas and everything. So as you can see, I put the legs layer over top, so I'm able to do all this without creating that seam from before that's going across his lower body. That's what I love about layer programs, is the fact that you can just throw stuff over top so that you can see the certain objects and disguise others. So as far as like the legs, you'll see the legs over top, so you just put the legs in a layer in front of the torso. I kind of like how I drew the nails, just kind of like these jagged lines. Very simple, yet it looks nice design-wise. So seeing as this turtle has a satellite dish on his back, I'm gonna guess he has some sort of interesting capabilities inside his shell there. Maybe he's got a decent sized TV in there. Not like there's a lot of room, but maybe somehow, some way. Or maybe the satellite is for other purposes. I didn't put much thought through it, but I thought it would be funny if he had a satellite dish. I just like the idea that possibly he can do a lot of interesting stuff inside his shell. After all, the turtle shell is often considered the turtle's home, and so I guess he has some sort of like TV or at-home activity kind of thing going on inside his shell. And I like that. I like having an interesting imagination that way, just sort of adding something interesting. And right now I'm adding some accessories here. Got like this bandana thing on his tail just to give him a little bit of character. And I decided to add a little bit of blue instead of just making it purple, and that's it. And then we got him a bracelet here. There again, manipulating the lines. Such an awesome thing. I decided to make it matching colors. I wasn't going to make it like that before, but You know, I guess this guy is fashion conscious and has all the accessories that match and everything. This is a stylish turtle. Tortoise, my bad. Now for his hat. I made him with the hat that is like bended backwards a little bit. It just gives this turtle some character. You know, he's not like this super serious turtle. He's like this this like laid back dude-esque turtle, I guess you can say. I guess this hat kind of resembles that of a snapback kind of hat, which I myself don't really wear in real life, but that's the kind of style this turtle has going on. And I absolutely love the way I bended his hat like that. And now for his bead necklace. This is actually something I do wear. I know a lot of cartoons, they don't have any kind of string in between each of them. It's just kind of like a rule that you can sort of break as far as stylized cartoons, but then I decided later on to add some sort of line so that you can see the way it's falling down his neck there. And now for the satellite dish. Maybe he gets some sort of radio station in there, or perhaps there is some kind of TV that can fit in there. Maybe it's glued to the inside of his shell or something like that. I don't know, use your imagination. But I decided to get a little fancy here and use the gradient tool because satellites are often like this kind of reflective hard plastic. Sometimes it's metal, but I decided to get a little fancy here, add a gradient. And then this trick that I learned when you're creating like a triangle sort of thing, because correct me if I'm wrong, on Flash, at least I can't find it, a triangle tool. So instead I just kind of create a shape that has a triangle like shape in it, and then I cut off, I create a seam where I want it, then I cut it off, which is really easy to do actually. See, there you go. It's in a layer that is underneath so that I can just throw it underneath, and so then you can see that the satellite is underneath that piece there, and I don't have to draw the satellite on one complete layer, so I can just draw it and then put it underneath afterwards, which is really, really great. It makes drawing really fast. See, as you can see here, it's over top right now, but there you go. Moved it behind. Easy as that. And I also like the way you can put a pivot point. So just earlier I was rotating the little antenna thing, and you can create a pivot point with a little white circle thing, and in that way you can choose how you rotate your selected object and everything. Here we go. This guy's got himself some headphones. Let's just say they're real good quality with extra bass. There we go. And we're almost done this turtle here. And then I try to get fancy again, adding some more gradient. It just looks nice. And I love the fact that you can sort of control how you want it and everything. It's just very, very practical. I absolutely love my experience drawing on Flash. I know it's mostly for animation, but I do a lot of illustrations on there. I haven't messed around too much in Illustrator, but I know Illustrator has a similar deal where it is vector, sorry, using vectors. Got tongue-tied there for a sec. But I hear that Illustrator is mostly used for logos and stuff. I have Illustrator. Like I said, haven't messed around too much in it. I know that it's vectors, and I'm pretty sure you can manipulate the lines the same way you can in Flash. I don't really remember, because I haven't really used it too much. But, yep. So far, I'm really liking this design. It's simple, but it's fun. And that's what I aim to do, just making a fun design. I have not invented a name for this turtle, so if anybody's watching this, feel free to give this turtle a name and what this turtle is up to. Where's he heading? What's he like? What's his personality type and everything? I don't know what would be a good name for a turtle. I'm just prone to how the Ninja Turtles are. You know, Leonardo and everything. Honestly, if I had a pet turtle, which when I was a kid I kind of wanted, the decision for naming it would have been real easy. I would have just named it one of the Ninja Turtles. I didn't really care that much about owning a turtle, so never did I ever own a turtle, but there was a time where I thought having a turtle would be pretty cool. But apparently turtles don't smell very good, and my mom warned me about that. And last finishing touches here. This is something that I'm gonna start doing, is adding these like circle things. It's gonna be kind of like a signature thing. There you go. Just adding like this oval type deal for a background, instead of just having this white background. And there you have it, my turtle. Tortoise, my bad.